Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm going to be telling the story of the Udala Tree. But first, here's my audience.
Woo!
Okay, so a little bit of background on the story. The story of the Udala Tree is from the Igbo African tribe in southern Africa, and this is a folktale story. The story is kind of a twist between Cinderella and the Tree of Creation. So let's begin. Here is the story of the Udala Tree by Uche Okiki. The story begins with a little boy who lives with his two stepbrothers and his stepmother. The little boy is orphaned because his parents died many years ago. The family was very poor and lived on a farm. So to make money for food, they have to do lots of farm work. The stepbrothers and the stepmother always ended up doing the easy work, and they left the stepson to go to retrieve water from the river every day. The son didn't like this because he got the short end of the stick. And then for food, the stepmother and the stepsons always got to eat the food first, and they only left the little boy the scraps to eat. One day, when the little boy was walking home from the river, he spotted a peculiar-looking seed on the ground. He didn't know what seed this was, but he hoped that it would come of something. So he grabbed the seed and ran home and went up to his bed and decided to put the seed under his pillow to keep it safe that night. Then the little boy went off to sleep. As he slept, the little boy dreamt of what could happen of this seed. He dreamt that the tree would grow plentiful fruit and last for a very long time. Then when he woke up, he grabbed the seed, headed off to the garden, and planted the seed. Then he went back to the river, like he had to do every day, to gather water, to water his seed and water for the family. And then he decided to chant a chant that his parents had taught him before his parents passed. The chant was, Udala, grow, grow for motherless child, grow for fatherless child. And as he chanted this, the tree began to sprout up from the ground. He saw some of its branches, and then he decided to chant again. Udala, grow, grow for motherless child, grow for fatherless child. And all of a sudden, as he's chanting, the tree grows into this beautifully tall-looking tree. But the little boy isn't satisfied. He thinks that the tree has more left in it. He decides to chant, Udala, fruit, fruit for motherless child, fruit for fatherless child. And as he's chanting, the tree begins to grow fruit. The little boy is ecstatic, thinking that he's going to have a nice dinner that night. He begins to chant one more time. Udala, drop, drop for motherless child, drop for fatherless child. And as he chants this, the fruit falls to the ground. The little boy heads over to eat all of the fruit that's on the ground, but there's still a little bit left over. So he decides to share the fruit with his two stepbrothers. But he makes sure to tell them to never climb the tree. The tree is his, and it's not for anyone else to climb. They can only eat the fruit that's on the ground. So the little boy heads off to work the fields that day, but then he hears some noisy laughter. He heads over to the tree and realizes that the stepbrothers have climbed the tree. This made the little boy very angry, so he chants, Udala, grow, grow for motherless child, grow for fatherless child. And as he chants this, the tree begins to grow and grow high up into the clouds, sending the little boys with it. Then the stepmother appears and realizes what's going on. She's very upset and not pleased with what the younger stepson has done. She pleads him and begs to bring the tree down, but the little boy just stands there. Then the stepmother realizes that if she tells the boy that he can have all of the greatest food in the land and he'll never have to work the hard labor ever again, this might please the boy. So as she tells him this, the little boy agrees, and he decides to chant, Udala, shrink, shrink for motherless child, and shrink for fatherless child. As he chants this, the tree heads back down to the ground, letting the little boys come down to safety. And in the end, the little boy is happy because he gets to eat all of the best food in the land, and the stepmother and the stepsons have to complete all of the hard labor. The Udala tree still stands, growing plentiful fruit for everyone to eat, as long as they eat it when it falls on the ground. Thank you.